Does anyone else seek recognition?
Will you go and yield?
Chairman.
The chair recognizes Ms. Green.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to talk about the importance of Hunter Biden obeying his subpoena and some of the evidence that we had questions about today when we had arranged with Hunter Biden and his attorneys for him to come in. Then he evaded his subpoena, and there's serious evidence that needs to be discussed. That has to do with many of the bank reports that we had read in the Treasury, outlining very serious crimes that Hunter Biden had committed or has allegedly committed, and then we have evidence of that. Crimes of Mann Act violation, human trafficking, these were in the bank reports, and the American people deserve to know about it. Here's another excerpt from a bank report.
Mr. Chairman, what is
talking about a victim in California. I reclaim
hold
my
on
time.
one moment, Ms. Green. State your point, Mr. Goldman.
what is the gentle lady just showing to the cameras?
This is her 5 minutes on your amendment.
Well, if it's the suspicious activity reports, there was an agreement with the Treasury Department that the committee would not disclose the information.
It's my understanding what she's showing has already been disclosed in the public long before we started this investigation.
So this is in the public domain?
Yeah.
Wait,
Is that your representation?
Is that a verbal representation? It's in the public domain?
This is in the public domain. I reclaim my time. Victim one is a California resident currently employed with FSS Management between June 2018, October 2021. Victim one, Hunter Biden's victim, was employed by Owasco PC as evidenced by her receipt of biweekly payroll remittances from Owasco PC. However, during this same period of time, victim one also received large round dollar wires from Owasco PC, which reference new hire, K-wage, 10K golf member, and pay. Victim one received 5 wires totaling $44,508 in a 4-month period between June 12, 2018 and October 2nd, 2018. These are reports that are calling so-called employees of Hunter Biden and his law firm victims. And here's evidence of Hunter Biden violating the Mann Act. This is trafficking women across state lines for prostitution. This is an airplane ticket showing that it was purchased by Hunter Biden for this victim, where she flew from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., and then the next day flew back to Los Angeles. The date is she flew in from Los Angeles on June 14th, 2018, and was flown back to Los Angeles the following day. And this is pictures that Hunter Biden had produced and uploaded to porn websites, and it's marked out.
Mr. Chairman,
These
point of
are
parliamentary
marked out,
point
showing
of
proof
parliamentary inquiry, Mr.
proof
Chairman.
of Mann
Okay.
Act violations. Democrats should not be
Okay.
offended by pictures
Mr.
that
Chairman,
black out.
Have I been
things.
recognized?
They should be
Objection. I have
offended
a
by
point of
actual
parliamentary
human
inquiry.
trafficking.
Mr.
All
Chairman,
right, but state your point.
thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman. On July 26th, I sent you a letter about the last time this happened, when the gentlelady introduced before this committee, without any notice to anyone, nude photos, pornographic images that were completely irrelevant to the purpose of the hearing itself. And my question to you is, are members allowed to simply put up sensationalistic, voyeuristic, pornographic images if they're not relevant to the actual object of the legislative proceeding? I want a parliamentary ruling on that.
Mr. Raskin, that's probably part of the questioning for Mr. Biden, violations of the Mann Act. Ms. Green's led on that issue.
No, this is a
These
question
are
about
already,
the rules
these
of the
have already,
committee.
these pictures have already been entered into the record.
So in other words, you have accepted the idea that members can introduce irrelevant, sexually based, voyeuristic.
How is this irrelevant?
Well,
How does it relate to Joe Biden?
How does it relate to
We're not doing
well,
a criminal investigation of Hunter
No,
Biden.
we've
Point-
had,
point-
we've
point
had
of order, Mr.
several
Chairman,
people
point of
that
order.
have testified in the FBI, DOJ, IRS, that they were told to stand down investigating various crimes of the Biden family.
Okay.
Did Joe Biden tell them to stand down? Who told the IRS, the FBI, and everyone else to stand down? This is what we're investigating.
None of those-
Reclaiming my
Stop
time, reclaiming my
obstructing.
time, Mr. Chairman.
I believe it's my time.
No,
I'm reclaiming
no,
my
I
time.
have been
All right,
I've been
we've stopped the clock.
I
You're
object.
good.
I object to the use of this exhibit, Mr. Chairman. This is not a criminal investigation of the Mann Act or prostitution or anything else. It's completely irrelevant to a subpoena, the validity of that subpoena, and whether or not there's been compliance with that subpoena. It's totally extraneous, immaterial, and irrelevant. And someone should explain that to Ms. Green if she doesn't understand.
Point of
This is-
parliamentary
this is-
inquiry.
And let the
Capable of
chair
understanding.
rule. You had a point of order. The chair's rule.
I
This
object to
is
the use
evidence.
of this-
You objected. We got that. Evidence that Hunter is a material witness in this investigation.
Well,
Now-
does that mean you can put up pornographic pictures of other people that Hunter Biden has met in his life? I mean, come on. Like, how far does that go? It's not relevant to your motion.
Well, you can ask him that in the
It's
deposition.
not relevant. No, honestly, Mr. Chairman, it's not relevant to your motion of whether or not he violated that subpoena. How do those naked pictures have been?
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
This is not the Jerry Springer
That's your
show.
point.
This is the United States House of Representatives.
And let me
Come
say
on.
this.
Talked
Let me
about a
say
bunch of
this.
things
It's
today
not
that weren't
pornography. It's appropriately censored evidence in an ongoing investigation.
Yes.
Okay? It's appropriately censored evidence in an ongoing investigation.
Censored-
Mr.
All right, I
Biggs
just want to
raised
say,
a point.
pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 17, I object to the use of this exhibit as irrelevant, extraneous, sensationalistic, voyeuristic, and totally antithetical to the legislative purposes of this committee and this House. This is not the Jerry Springer show. Yield back.
Chair recognizes Mr. Biggs for a point of order.
Thank-
We're
thank-
still, your clock stopped, Ms. Green.
Yeah,
Ms. Green has 2 minutes remaining.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, this information is extremely important because Hunter Biden refused to obey his subpoena, and we are holding him in contempt of Congress for doing so. This is important evidence of human trafficking, Mann Act violations that we had questions for the president's son about. And there's evidence. I'd like to show the evidence of payments. These are payments made from Hunter Biden and his law firm to so-called assistants. These were not assistants. These are prostitutes that he was trafficking. And I think these victims are important. And just because our Democrat colleagues don't like the evidence doesn't mean that it's not relevant. And I'm especially offended by the women on this committee that don't care about these women's rights. They're victims of Hunter Biden. Here's another excerpt from bank reports talking about victims. These are banks, and these banks are identifying these women as victims. Victim 2. Talking about victim 2, victim 1, each appear to be in the adult entertainment industry and are receiving payments from Hunter and Owasco PC. It is unclear what relationship Hunter or Owasco PC have with these individuals. And based on public media, it appears possible the payments may be associated to prostitution or adult entertainment services. Victim 2 is a New York resident and employed as freelance. Per internet research, she is a social media influencer and adult entertainer. She received 6 quick pays for $6,250 from Hunter between 3/29/2018 and 11/20/2018. This is clear evidence, Mr. Chairman. These are important questions we have for the president's son pertaining to Mann Act violations.